So it's Monday evening, November the 10th, about 5:30. We've been on the boat for a few hours now. We're still in Sarong Harbor. We haven't left yet. There's one other passenger that was on a later flight that we're waiting for. This is what the harbor looks like. We have our dive gear all hooked up and ready to go for tomorrow morning. We think we're going to dive at about 7:30 in the morning for our first dive. We have some orientation going on tonight on how everything works while we're having dinner. This is the bridge. This is the other tender still in the water.
Okay, everybody in?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Peter,
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 can you close the door?
close the door.
Let's start here. You're standing basically now on the inner keel. Remember the presentation?
Yeah.
The first 2 bars of wood, that's basically the upper part. 3 pieces, so it's about as low as you can go into the belly. The white tanks is diesel. The blue ones, there's one there, is drinking water. And they're sort of spaced out that we're not starting to lean on one side or the other.
Okay.
You can pump this left, right, etc. The diesel is 27,000 liters. Water is 12,000 liters. And there's one grey water tank here, which is 3,000 liters. So that's all the toilets, etc. The way this is set up is basically as much weight as possible, obviously, down here. So as a counter, in case we go sailing, then you have on either side, a bit further, you have ballast. And all the way you can look through behind the aircon, you see also ballast in the bow.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So down here, you basically have all the air conditioning units for the cabins, which are right on top of us. So if you would be in a cabin, you would hear me talking now. The idea is to get no smell whatsoever and to have always clean air up here, because right on top of those rocks is a huge blower, and on top of the blower is a working desk table, and next to it are the compressors for the dive stuff. So that's where we fill the tanks from. And then alongside the starboard beams, you can't see it, are the high pressure hoses which go to the tanks.
Okay.
That's why you never see crew carrying tanks back and forth.
Or you don't hear them filling either.
So the compressors are all the way there. The rooms are here, so you don't hear much. Maybe in the first 2 rooms you will hear it. But what we've done now with new compressors, we can run 2 and obviously fill much faster than in the past. So that like the last night dive with 5 tanks, that's done in 40 minutes or so. And because of the line, you really can fill if you want to right in the tenders. You don't even have to move the tanks if we have enough time. Typically we're not, and then they just get swapped.
So you swap down, okay.
So the idea is, when the ship moves anyway, we get an airflow. That's easy. But even if we're at anchor, this sucker literally pulls air into the tank deck. And if you look in the back, they're on the right,
Yeah, okay.
and they're on the left are 2 big fans, which then suck the air underneath into the engine room. So that means all the hot air from the air conditioning units is being evacuated. And that basically means the air pressure down here is slightly lower than in your cabin. So any smell you would have gets actually sucked down. That was the original plan, at least. If you look up, you can't see this now, it's actually sealed by now. In the past, you could see the light actually through the floor in your rooms. So it would always pull air down.
Oh yeah.
Hence, no smell in the cabins. Except it was so effective that guests complained it's not cool enough in the cabins because the air conditioning couldn't do it. So step by step, we sealed off mostly this deck. What you also see in the rooms are these little elbows.
Yeah.
They end up actually in front of those blowers.
Okay.
So that creates the suction to get
That's
air.
that's
I
is
don't
that
know
what
which
these?
one that is. Probably
Okay.
the one in the back here.
Okay.
Yeah. Because these ones here obviously is ventilation for the diesel tank. Because
Okay.
when you fill, the air needs to
Oh,
go somewhere,
yeah.
right?
You have to vent it.
You have to vent this out. Well, that's the idea of this deck. But what is important for us is, one, remember me standing on the pictures? What is the height? Because we can still, if need be, climb into these tanks for maintenance. So that had to be high enough that you have an access from the top, but obviously not too high because you lose height for the cabin deck. This obviously is storage space, i.e. spare wood. Gen sets also on either side, one of which is always running. Each one of them is big enough to run the whole ship, including dive compressors. So either this one or that one, and they get rotated. But it's enough filling, air conditioning, cooling, whatever we need, lights, all there. So if one breaks down, we have a second one. But under the stairs in the back is a smaller 3rd gen set. And that's basically big enough to run the ship minus the compressors as well. It would be a bit tight on the air conditioning. But if we're in dock, for example, maintenance, you shut down most of the air cons, etc., the smaller gen set is actually sufficient. Either side, again, redundant, are hot water systems, pressure pumps, both for your toilets. They flush with salt water and fresh water for the showers. So if one side breaks down, then we have to share showers on the other side. But the idea is obviously they shouldn't be all breaking down just in case, right? And if you look behind the stairs on the left, when we go out, you will see some long tubes. As those are the two water makers.
Okay.
Reverse osmosis, desalination. They do about 5,000-6,000 liters a day. You can probably bump it up even a bit higher. We store 12,000 liters, so if one runs and does 5 a day, we're probably fine. We do not get any water imports, because the quality is actually worse than what we make ourselves.
Wow.
We tried this in the beginning, but it's not worth.
The ballast.
Yes.
It's forward.
Forward, starboard course. Yeah.
not far down to paradise. At least it's not for me. And if the wind is right, you can sail away and find tranquility. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. It's not far to Never Never Land. pretend. And if the wind is right, you can find the joy of innocence again. Oh, the candles can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it. Just a dream of the wind that carried me. Soon I will be free. Fantasy, think it's the best of me when I'm sailing. All caught up in the reverie. Every word is a symphony. Won't you believe me? Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it. Just a dream of the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free. Well, it's not far back to Santa Cruz. At least it's not for me. And if the wind is right, you can sail away and find serenity. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see.